Hi, folks. How are you? Thank you for tuning in. This is another round of Modern from our Modern RCQ that we hosted in February at Alter University Bluebell. Now, you might be wondering, why is something from February getting posted in March? Well, my sweet viewer, I only have so much time in the day to commentate, as I have responsibilities and other things to do. That's okay. So we're gonna chuck through it as much as we can. I should probably get it all done within a week or so. Once y'all start seeing content is probably when I'm done recording it. But on the left, we have Tyler Barnett playing Blue-Red Murktide. And on the right, we have Shaka Pinto playing Rakdos Scam, arguably two of the best decks in the format. Some people will tell you that Murktide sucks. Some people will tell you that Murktide is the greatest deck of all time. I don't know if people actually tell you that part. They'll tell you it's a good deck. I don't know if they'll say the words greatest of all time. Rakdos Scam, also a pretty high tier deck. I don't quite get it myself. I think the deck does one really powerful thing. And when the deck doesn't do that really powerful thing, it is a bad deck. It, like, the Grief, Undying Evil, or Grief Resurrection interaction is really strong. So is the one with Fury. So we're just going to say the Elemental bring back shenanigans. As a judge call that's going to happen in just a second. I've had to do this audio once before because it got corrupted and I couldn't actually keep the audio, so this is the second time doing this round. Hence the knowledge of the judge call that's about to happen with this consider. Tyler's going to put that card in the graveyard, and then when he goes to draw the card, he accidentally looks at the second card, not the first card, which is fine. It's a thing to not too hard to fix, and it's happened to all of us. But because it is an RCQ, it's a competitive event. Judge has to be involved. Players can't resolve that themselves. But yeah, let's talk about Rakdos Scam. It does this really powerful thing, and then when it doesn't do it, holy crap, do I think the deck flounders, right? Like, we had it on camera twice for the RCQ, and I think both times it just mulled a ton. It's not a deck that mulligans well, because you want to find the really strong thing, but sometimes you find the really strong thing with like one land, and you have to pray you're in a matchup where they can't interact with your really strong thing. So yeah, without that combo, you're just playing medium Rakdos mid-range, and it's just not good, in my opinion. It feels very Jundy, and if anyone watching this knows me as a person, I don't like Jund. I don't think Liliana the Veil's a good card. So that could just be my bias against the Jund playstyle pouring over into this Rakdos Scam of deck. Like, there's good cards in the deck. Like, Bolt's a good card. Ragavan's a good card. But if you're playing a deck for those two cards, like, you just play Blue-Red Murktide. Or, like, Grixis Shadow. Alright, so the judge situation has been resolved. Tyler, looks like he's going to be casting a Ledger Shredder here. Decides to play a land first, then plays a Shredder. Going to cast Mishra's Bubble. Right? I'm checking there's only one card there for the Connive trigger. Going to discard a card. Potentially a land. Drops a Spire Bluff Canal into the graveyard. No +1/+1 counter for that bird. Bubble will enter play. Shaka fetching here about Bloodstained Mire. Will be obtaining a tapped Blood Crypt. No reason to take extra damage here. I don't know if I mentioned it already, because again, I've done this commentary twice. This is round 4. Both players are 3-0. I believe this was table 1. This might have been table 2. Both lists pretty standard, except for a couple cards from Tyler that we're going to see in just a second. I'm going to see a Lightning Bolt on that Ledger Shredder. Tyler going to cast a minor misstep here, which will counter a spell with mana value 1 or less. Keep wanting to say CMC, but technically, it's mana value. Now, Minor Misstep's a card I like a lot. I don't see a lot of Murktide players playing it, at least at the shop. I haven't checked Goldfish leagues for Murktide in a while. Like the lists specifically. I've been playing 4-color for so long that I haven't felt like actually playing Murktide in Modern. I still played in Legacy, and I know Misstep shows up every once in a while there. But I think the card's good. I don't know if it's good enough for the main board, but I do think it is strong enough to be in the 75. We have a second Shredder coming down, and then another Mistress Bauble, getting 2 Connive triggers. 1 counter going on the one that can attack this turn. Dropping a land for the other one, attacking in for 2. Shock will go to 14. And while the life totals here are pretty similar to each other, like the 17 to 14 deficit is not very big, it kind of feels like it is right now. Like, Shaka has 2 cards in hand, Tyler has 2 creatures, a bauble, and 3 cards in hand, I think. And those 2 creatures are like letting him select the cards that he wants to have all the time. I just feel like Tyler is leagues ahead in this game right now.
Both winners.
I don't know if Shaka has any top decks here that really gets him out of it. There's a Blood Moon coming down.
I will respond.
Which I feel is a weird decision. Moon is a card that doesn't feel great against Blue-Red Murktide. Like 80% of the time, they're a deck that traditionally will play Blood Moon somewhere in the 75. And I don't know. As a player, I don't like casting Blood Moon against decks that also play Blood Moon. It just feels like a waste of 3 mana to me. There's a Ragavan getting dashed here, attacking in for 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. We will get a trigger. Like, the best thing the Moon does here is that if Tyler doesn't draw an island, it takes him off of Counterspell mana. Ragavan does put him back onto Counterspell because of the fact that, you know, treasures. But, I don't know. I think holding the Blood Moon for a potential Fury draw is better. It also means that, like, tapping out that turn means that Tyler is safely able to dash the Ragavan. Tyler might not dash Ragavan if Shock is presenting 3 open mana with 2 cards in hand. Could be threatening some form of interaction. We'll cast Terminate, targeting the Ledger Shredder. The one of the counter on it. We need to see Tyler cast a counterspell here using the Amonkhet Invocation. Which I think counterspell is one of the few invocations I hadn't seen in person by this point yet. I've seen most of them, and let me tell you, while I don't like the frame, I do think the art is incredible on like 90% of the invocations. They're honestly a lot better than most of the arts. Like the Daze art, holy cow, the Daze is so pretty. I really wish the Daze came in a non-foil version. Alright, attack him for 5 again. We'll go to Ragavan to the Ragavan. At 4 life, I don't know if any draws get Shaka out of this. Alright, going to evoke Fury here, ditching Lightning Bolt. We'll do 4 damage to the one that has a counter on it.
You're at 4. I have a bolt.
Tyler says, I have the Lightning Bolt. Shaka goes, okay, that's game 1. Tyler will be taking game 1 with Blue-Red Murktide. They're going to sideboard, and we'll be right back. Before I can even finish the words, right back. Shaka starts a Leyline of the Void in play, plays a Bloodstained Mire, passes the turn. Looks like he's on a mull to 5 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Again, the deck mulls a ton, and I'm not crazy about it. I know that mulliganing is a privilege. Insert reference to the Dark Depths podcast. But I really don't like to play decks that don't mulligan well. Alright, Tyler plays a Mishra's Bauble. Cracks the bauble. Scalding turns. Fetches. Those cards are exiled to the Leyline of the Void. Shocker fetches a Blood Crypt. Now, the Leyline of the Void can be really big here, right? So it prevents Tyler from putting cards in the yard for Dragon Thread Channeler and Murktide Regent, which can be pretty big. If he kept a hand that, like, turboed out of Murktide, it's gone, right? Like, no Murktide for you. On a side note, I have yet to see anyone playing Dauthi Voidwalker Thoughtseize a Murktide away and then cast the Murktide. I mean, they don't really have a way to exile their own graveyard very often, but could you imagine? I'd be so sad. Of all the things. Alright, there's a Consider. Top card, checking it, seeing if it's a card that we want to draw. Drops it into the graveyard, aka the banished exile zone. Chooses to not keep Unholy Heat, makes sense with the Leyline of the Void. Unholy Heat is just shock to target creature or planeswalker. And the only thing that's really killing... it's killing Ragavan or Dauthi in this matchup, which isn't awful. But here's a... I almost said a Leyline Budding. An unlicensed Hearse. Shocker fetches a Verdant Catacombs here, probably getting a basic swamp. Now, like, this is a position where Blood Moon would be pretty decent, right? Like, Tyler's would be completely locked off of blue mana. And it would allow Shaka to, like, crawl his way back into the game. Fable the Mirror Breaker, going to create a 2/2 Goblin Shaman token. Much like most of the players we have on camera, I think Shaka does not have the actual Goblin Shaman token. That thing is still $10. Tyler eats 2 cards from the graveyard. It's wild to me that that token's $10. Especially like in this day and age where you have so many different packs. Collector boosters are super prevalent. There's a token in every pack. Yeah. I feel like it could just be cheaper. But I feel like there's also some issue with Kamigawa Neon Dynasty where they forgot to print. Well, no, that was the Shrine token. Did they also forget to print the Shaman in English packs? And Holy Heat kills the Goblin. Going to see that go to 2. Then discard 2 cards, then draw 2 cards. And take a sip of my coffee.
17.
Shaka fetches with a polluted Delta here. Gets another basic swamp. I imagine he sided out the Blood Moons. Again, it's just not an amazing card against Murktide. You can catch them unaware with it, but the chances of that happening consistently are very low. I have to say, Tyler's deck is very pretty. I'm a big fan. It's very nice looking. You have the Galaxy foils for the Shocklands, or what I assume are the Galaxy foils. I saw the Consider was the... what do you call it, foil? Double feature. My brain kept wanting to say double masters, and I was like, I know that's wrong. We see Unholy Heat. Consider a Braid? With the full art of Braids. Murktide and Scheme Vents.
I'll take the ability.
Alright, we take the probably a breed. Card that I forget is, in standard. Or, is it still in standard? Yes, it's in one of the Innistrad sets. Definitely still in standard. For like another 6 months. Alright, Grief is on the board. Going to Unholy Heat the Grief. Eat 2 cards, probably the Grief. And one of the spells. Alright, iteration top 3. Go to cast consider here. Drops a Chandler into the exile.
13.
Do find a Steam Events, go down to 13. Fable's going to transform into Reflection of the Kiki-Jiki. Well, Reflection of Kiki-Jiki. There's no the in the name. Alright, cast Seasoned Pyromancer. Discards a copy of Terminate, drawing 2. We'll make a elemental creature, or elemental token. Lightning Bolt on the Reflection. Eats Fable plus other card. The Terminate. Shredder comes down. Hearse. Trigger. Gotta connive.
Go.
Seasoned Pyromancer, once again, discarding a card. Drops a copy of Feigned Death. Or one of the things like it. I can never tell which one it is from the art, and I always confuse the arts in my head with the names. It's a whole debacle. Hearse eating 2 cards. Other Hearse eating 1 card.
2.
Alright, we're plotting out our turns here. 3 cards in hand for Shaka. It looks like a grip for Tyler. Going to crew the hearse, going to smack in. Terminate.
Sure.
The hearse dies. Right, Fatal targeting the bird. We'll get minor misstepped. Bird stays around. Jams the squad so hard he throws one of the seasoned pyromancers literally at the hearse.
I go to 8.
Bird jumps in front of a token, takes some damage on 8.
Trigger. Go.
Rags connecting, potentially? Brazen Bar going to eject the token from the stratosphere. Get a connive trigger. Also, beautiful Brazen Bar art. Like, the card is so good looking.
Crew. Go to box. Walk off.
Like, the Secret Lair version, I also really like the regular version by the Chomps. And then the Showcase Frame one is also super pretty. Card I'm just a huge fan of.
I like that. Yep. And then I get the other one.
Tyler crawling his way back in. He's continuously crawling his way in. Has 6 power worth of flyers on the board currently. Probably just smacks in with the Borrower. Can't block with it. Unless Shaka randomly has a flying creature, which I doubt. Jams here for 3.
You got 12.
Shaka goes to 12.
Go.
Tap one crypt, say go.
Combat. 3.
3 once more.
I got 9. Go.
Don't think about it too hard, but I have protection for myself.
Dolphy Voidwalker.
Where's the decision dice? Here's the decision dice. The decision dice says I'm beating up Chase. Chase, that's a 3 to the face.
Jams for 3 one more time. With another Ledger Shredder. Passes a turn.
End step, rationing.
Going to cast Grief. Reveals Odawara plus Misty Rainforest. Shaka going to combat? Alright, jams with Dolphy Woodwalker. I don't think, unless it's like double bolt that Tyler's afraid of. I don't think. Shaka's hand has to be exactly double bolt, and Dolphy needs to hit for Shaka to win this game. Odawara bounces it. 3 mana because of Regavan. Going to recast. Going to do the thing.
So, wait. No. He casted Grief, and then he's casting the Dolphin Voidwalker. Yeah, so I'm gonna do this one first.
Gonna get a Connive trigger.
Discard. Draw.
Dumps Regavan. Second Connive.
My turn.
Dumps a land.
Untap. Draw. Do this. Suck this. You got 6.
Alright. All we have to do is jam with the flies.
I'm assuming you're not going to pay the 3 mana for this. Tap the land like an extra time. I'm going all the way around. That art is so nice, though.
Alright, 6 damage coming in. That'll be 2-0 for Tyler. Over Shaka Pinto. Thank you for watching, folks, and have a great rest of your day.